Hey guys, welcome to my live at lunch. It is Tuesday, and I can't believe how fast this week is going. It's rushing, but it's dragging, and it's just crazy. So, we have made it through all of my virtual catalog launches this week, and well, not this week. It was last week when we made it through, but I wanted to show you guys some techniques. So I think that's what we're going to focus on for the next few weeks, just different techniques. And while I was thinking about what I wanted to show you, I realized that bow tying has been a huge thing in my life lately, and they can be pretty dang tricky. So we are going to tie some bows because bows are exciting. So there's lots of different ways you can do it. I've pulled out a whole bunch of different ribbon, so that we can just play. Hopefully you're able to see it. I might try to zoom in if it's a problem. Hey Ashley, thanks for joining. I'm trying to open this other package of ribbon. I'm woefully underprepared today. To pick stuff up, so we're gonna hear some banging and clanging, and it's gonna be all sorts of exciting. And I'm also trying to pull this up on my computer so that I can see comments as they come in. So one thing that I want to do, so we'll tie some bows. I've got some cardstock here so we can tie around cardstock, and I've got a few spools of ribbon, but this one's kind of a lighter one, so hopefully we're able to see it okay. But I generally leave my ribbon or my twine on the spool. Maybe using white wasn't the best choice. See if it shows up over here. It shows up a little better. White on white is just kind of crazy. So I usually leave my ribbon on my spool until I know exactly how much I need, just because I don't want to waste ribbon. I feel like it's one of those more expensive products, but it's really not that bad. I'm just weird. So I'm struggling with my laptop. Anyway, so I usually, and I don't want to waste it because I always tend to use it up and then run out while I'm in the middle of a project. That's happened so many times. It's just crazy that I have decided, it's just not worth it to try and pre-cut everything. Ribbon does add so much to a card, and so I've been trying to use it a lot more lately. So to tie, if I just want to add a bow and not tie it around, there's a technique that you can use, and you don't want to tie it like you're tying your shoes, because that just doesn't work very well. You make your loop and you tie it around, and it doesn't work as well. You don't get the pretty edges. So what I do when I do a bow like that is I will take it and I'll make a loop around each of my index fingers and then pull my index finger out, and then I tie the loops together. And I try to keep it as flat as possible. And then your bows are never going to look amazing when you first tie it. So you're going to have to make adjustments. And I try not to do bows on videos because they take forever. And yes, I whispered that like it's a secret, because it is. So you can tie, I actually kind of like how that one looks. And so you just adjust it. And I like it when my loops look kind of big. And then you can take your scissors and trim it, and so that I keep my edges the same lengths, unless I want them different lengths. I'll put the two edges together, figure out where I want to cut, and I cut them at the same place so that they are the same length. And then you can just attach a glue dot and stick it to your project, and you get so many cute bows that way. And you can do it with the different different types of ribbon. So like this one, it's a little thicker. Like this one was really thin and light. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, see if that helps. All right, so like make your loops, make the loop a little bigger, and then you just tie it together. And depending on how firm your ribbon or twine is, like that'll affect how your bow looks. So like you can tell, like I did use the same technique, but the bows turned out vastly different just because this is a thicker ribbon than this one is. So we'll slide these out of the way, and then we're not going to use white on white anymore, so that can go away. So another thing you can do is you might want your ribbon to go all the way around your card. So so what you'll want to do is you can just lay your ribbon, like loop it behind, and then come and tie it like you would tie your shoes. And again, I do tend to leave my ribbon on the spool, so you'll tie it. But I always struggle because it just turns out very loose on the card. So I'd learned a trick recently. I can't grab the loop underneath. I learned a trick recently to help with that. So what you do is I'm going to give myself a little extra ribbon length there. And this is just a thinner one. This is, my goodness, which ribbon combo pack is this? I cannot remember, and I have misplaced the package it came in. It's a trio ribbon pack. Like all three of these come together, and they're amazing. If somebody remembers, like, shout it out. But the trick I just recently learned, and it works so beautifully. So what you do is you tie your ribbon around your cardstock or your DSP, whatever you're tying it down to. So you'll tie it and then tie a knot. So I can do a knot and keep it pretty firm. So what I do is I hold one finger down and tie it. So now that's pretty firm on that cardstock. So I'm not going to end up like with a weird bubble. And then I kind of gauge like how long I'm going to want my ribbon and trim it down. And then so you got this floppy thing. All right. So once you have it tied, you're going to make a loop with one of them. Like if it's like this, you'll use the bottom loop, but I'm kind of sideways. So I'm just going to use the left strand, and you make your loop, and then like you're tying your shoes, you would loop around and pull through. And then you'll still want to adjust to get your loops the right size. And they're not yet. And sometimes, like if it's a bigger ribbon, something looks wonky there, and I'm struggling with my bow to get it to sit right, I'll still attach a glue dot. I'll use my take your pick tool or the tip of my scissors and just lay a glue dot behind it and stick it down so that it doesn't go anywhere. But that is another trick to tie a ribbon, and it works with both the ribbon and the twine, and it's just fantastic. Like I wish I would have learned that trick forever ago. Like, and here's a cute bow that was tied around a box. Maybe I can find it. So this was used just as a band on a box that I received for the stamp camp I was in a couple weeks ago. And I slid it off because I didn't want to ruin it, so let's slide it back on. And of course, you know, I'm struggling because I'm live, and that's when you struggle. So the bow just laid there on the box. So, I mean, it added, and you can, like with the box, you can slide and adjust it. But if it was a card and I didn't want it to go anywhere, I could do a glue dot. Or if I was going to add this to a card, I just take a piece of tape, just some regular Scotch tape, and I would just stick that on the back. And now it looks loose here, but that's not going to slide anywhere. So just another trick that you can use for your ribbons. So hopefully you learned something kind of cool and fun, and just a quick tip today for our lunch. Oh, that's right, Ashley, it's the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. It's really, really, I love this ribbon. Sometimes I don't love it until I see it, and this was one of the ones where I was like, it's kind of pretty when I saw it in the catalog, and then I got it in person and I was like, oh, I love that ribbon. So if there are any techniques that you would like to learn, message me and I will work it into a live at lunch. I'm really hoping to focus on some more techniques and tips to help make your crafting more fun and exciting and help you finish your projects. So thanks for joining and have a great day. Bye!